I would wager that the words puzzle and gunplay are rarely placed in the same sentence, but this hobby welcomes surprises. Or does it? Welcome to Bullet in 5 minutes or less. Taking the guise of heroines in Earth's future, your job 1, 2, 3 and 4 is to use your incredible powers to defend the world from evil and each other. The core mechanical hook is pattern building. Cardboard projectiles will be flinging their way down your player board in real time, or with the game's blessing at your own pace, and the number on each details how far they travel towards wounding you, with the order you draw tokens mattering as you only count open spaces when placing them, so jumping over previously drawn bullets is a common occurrence. Action points are then used to manipulate their placement with the goal of aligning them with the patterns found on your character specific cards, which will clear said bullets from your sights and fling them back at your opponents. At least that's the sole aim in the competitive free-for-all and teams modes. The game's other formats see you take on boss versions of all the available player characters in solo or cooperative play that additionally require you to leave patterns on board that shield you from negative effects. Or there's the see how many turns you can stay alive solo challenge. Each of the available characters have their own special abilities, and they all use action points to displace tokens in different ways, which in turn is reflected and complemented by the patterns found in their deck. This style of play is then mirrored in their flip side enemy boss persona. It's a simple transition rules wise between each of these formats, with the common denominator being that the bullet count is always trending upwards and you must deal with everything that's put in your bag each turn. The first thing that grabs your attention is the multimodal ways to play. I whizzed through each variant of the game and found it to be a seamless transition between each. The fact that all characters have their own boss versions is painfully simple in its elegance, and the palpable take that elements to see you sending cleared bullets back to your opponents is all sorts of satisfying. The variable player powers actually border on pure asymmetry, and that's despite the core goals and the basis of using action points always being the same. You have heroes that remove tokens directly from the board, those that shepherd tokens off the edge, and others that synergise with the numbers found on them, which fundamentally mixes up the strategic puzzle on offer for each character. And as visual puzzles go, this is a treat. The core mechanics are a breeze to get to grips with, but the subtle nuances of each character's manipulation of tokens is sure to see you open up new ways of playing each time. You'll encounter a number of eureka moments when the true power of each heroine opens up in front of you as you find new ways to iterate and make the most of their abilities. Despite all the bells and whistles on offer though, the actual placement of bullets is as repetitive as you would imagine. Yes, the need for this is dictated by its real-time nature, and yes, there's tension in finding out if you push your luck too far and not dealt with in impending situations sooner, but its rinse and repeat nature may be too overbearing for you to appreciate all the goodness on offer. The thematic connections to a gunfight are hard to find, even with the timer making you sweat. It only does half of what it says on the tin. It doesn't really feel like a shoot 'em up, it absolutely feels like a puzzle, and it only kinda feels like action. There's most assuredly a lot of window dressing employed here to distract you from the fact that this is nothing more than an efficiency based puzzle game. If you're looking for similar-ish games, then Space Cadets and Kanagawa can be used as a point of reference. As for Bullet plus a heart, there's all sorts of gratification to be found here, no matter which way you play it. Alas, I've been the voice of Benji, and this video has ended. All joking aside, how much damage could a cardboard bullet do? I'm gonna say it doesn't leave the muzzle.